Welcome back. This is Natasha with Spirit Animals Art, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite things that I use for needle felting. First off, we have the things to felt on. So I started out that my favorite thing was this bag I got from Serafina Fiber Art, and you fill it with rice, and it's quite heavy. The one that I got to begin with was about twice as big as this one, nice and heavy. And you can also get smaller bags. There are some bags at Walmart that you can get that's this burlap type material, and it's a nice thing to use here and there. It's not my favorite any longer. One thing, it does move around easily. If you have it on something in your lap, it can move. So it's really good to use a shelf liner. That just helps keep it in place. One of my little gadgets I like to use, this is a scrubby that's used for the kitchen. So anything with rubber and little knobs on it, you just gently rub it across in a circular motion and it'll pull the fibers right up. Eventually those bags do wear out, but not too often. So in a beginner kit, you're most likely to get something like this. This thin one I just got out of a packing box, but the thicker ones, you can get them on Amazon, you can get them at Hobby Lobby, and they're crunchy and they work, but they don't last very long, and I always end up with little black specks in my work, and that just doesn't work out for me. So it's not my favorite. I keep them around just to have little things to put to support the animals and things. Now these are my favorite. Serafina Fiber Art, they did a video on how to make these yourself with wool. Trying to think of what she called it. A Patty McStab, I believe. She has a video on YouTube showing how to make these. And I just made different sizes. And what I was finding is that the fiber would get in my project. So I just take a piece of cheap felt from Walmart or from Hobby Lobby. They come in all different colors. You can use something that coordinates with what you're making, because it does contaminate. It can, not always, but it can contaminate if you're not careful. And here's what one looks like after it's been used for a while. You just stab into that and you pull it off often. Makes your pad lasts so much longer, and then you just throw that away and use a new one. Those are my favorite. And eventually they will get too hard to stab into easily and you can make another one, but I think it'll take me about a year or so for that to happen. This is one that I made for my mom, teaching her how to needle felt. She loves blues. This is a nice fresh one. But those are definitely my favorite pillows to use. This I got from, where did I get this from? Living Felt. And it's a soy-based product, and I'm not exactly sure what side you're supposed to use, but I use both sides. I did get some work stuck in it when I was flat felting. This side is harder, so it's good for when you're doing hooves and things. And I do really enjoy that. It is thin, so you will have to put it on top of something. You can put it on top of your pad. Works out really great. I enjoy it a lot. My favorite, though, is the big one. And these are not expensive at all, you guys. So I have a big one I like to keep on my table, because when I'm working, I can just have tools all over the place. So just have my pad there, and then I have a pad around. And good to go. So next we're going to talk about things to help you see better. A bunch of different gadgets for that. Okay, so just plain reading glasses. Even if you don't need reading glasses, they help magnify. I started out using reading glasses and this lamp I got at Walmart where you strap it to your head and has a pretty powerful light on there. And then I found these on a Facebook ad, I believe, and bought a couple pairs of those, and they have some really powerful magnifiers. These are really nice. They kind of hurt your nose. They're a little rough around the nose because it's kind of heavy because it has a light on it. The light is not really powerful. And the battery, one of my pairs, the battery doesn't work very well. This is my favorite. This is an Ott light. I have two of these. I have one set up on my desk and I have one set up on the floor, and I just snake those around however I need them. It's really handy to have something to hold your reference pictures and things near your workstation. This is just a little light that hooks into your computer. I also have one of these. I think I may have got this on Amazon. I think they sell them at Hobby Lobby. And you just strap that around your neck and it sits on your chest and you can see your work. So that works out pretty handy too. It's a nice portable. Things to cut and measure with. So I love to have different things around. So here's some wire cutters. You'll need to cut wire if you like making armatures. It's a little tiny pair that came in a jewelry kit, and then a craft pair, and it would be good to have a real wire cutter pair. And just different scissors. I think that might be hair cutting scissors. This is Fisker's scissors, and look how they're different. This one you have to use your hand power to use, and the other one you just push it close so it's easier on your hand. And this one came in a beading kit. It's for cutting bead wire, but it's good for making a little kit to travel with. And these little scissors, I believe they're cuticle scissors for doing nails. Good for getting into tight spaces. And there's another little goofy pair of scissors. I think that's dog scissors or suture scissors or something like that. Tape measure. These are like $1 at Walmart, I believe. Different ones. You just press the button and it flips back in there. I have several of those because I'm always losing them. And it's good to have a scale. I think this is a food scale, and sometimes you need to know how much your fiber weighs, especially if you sell your works. You can use it to measure how heavy it is. Things to make the stabbing easier. Yes, always need something. There's more than just needles. I'll talk about needles in another video. But once you've established what needles you like, you need somewhere to put them. And I just use these little ceramic things. And I put an old foam pad. I cut it and glued it in there. These are punch tools. They hold fine, like 40 needles, 40 gauge needles. This is a pin tool. You can put any size you want in there. It holds up to 3. I usually keep about 2 in there. You can take that off to make it go deeper if you need to. I have a couple of those with different sizes in them. These little wooden ones are handy as well. And I got these. I just bought a really, really cheap kit with needles and these holders on Amazon, and I don't use the needles, but the holders I use, because if you were to buy just one holder, I think I got several, probably 10 holders for what it would have cost me to buy one. And then I got a little set of needle holders. Those are my reverse needles. You can't really poke those down in your foam. And in some little kit, I think I've got this little thing, so this is good to hold needles as well. So you just need something to keep your needles safe from you and you safe from them. Some little tweezers of different types. One is a beading tweezers, one is just tweezers for pulling out fibers and things in your fibers, and that is a seam ripper. That's for if you need to take something out of your work. These are just little stencils. I just got these at Hobby Lobby. I haven't really used them much, but there are places that have some really cool stencils to use. This is just a piece of cork board, and I have several pieces around, and if you were doing a hoof or something that you needed to be solid, that would work really well for that. I have something even nicer than these. This is just cardboard with tape on it that you can just make yourself, and that's for if you're doing little fine details, ears, tiny legs. That just keeps everything in where it needs to be and keeps your fingers safe. I don't know where my fancy leather one is. If I find it, I'll put a picture. And these are finger protectors. Now, even the young ones, that if I'm teaching them how to knead a felt, they don't keep them on there long. Okay, this is a needle tool. And it holds, I think this one holds 8 to 10 needles. I never put that many in at once, but if you're doing a big project, that could make it go a lot faster. And I got this cool little gadget. They have a fancier model now that's looks like it's 3D printed or something. It looks nicer, but it does the same thing. And I like to use this if I'm really needing to tighten something up and I'm going to do a million jabs. I can let this do a million jabs for me. Alright, so things to help: wrap, shape, and blend. So we have some little pliers. You'll need that to bend wires. These are dull needles, and you use them for many different things that I'll go over in a different video, but you can also keep a few broken needles, because you can use those for some things as well. Just keep those on hand. This is like a embroidery or upholstery needle. So we have toothpick, skewer, chopstick, fancy chopstick, and then here's some of the really nice tools. This is from Serafina Fiber Art. That's the Face Ace. This is the Zuli tool. That's for making fingers. It's a digit widget. And all of these are just tools to help your felting go faster. This is just skewers and things that are made out of brass that just last longer and look nice. I love my tools, so I like to get nice ones. And these things here are good for your waxes and things. Okay, and you may have seen me do this in a video before. This is for mixing. You can use dog brushes to mix. I like my fancy carders because I do a lot of mixing. Even though I buy colors already mixed into beautiful colors, I still love to mix my colors custom many times, blending. And this little gadget doodad here, that cleans your brush for you, gets all the fiber out so that you can not contaminate your next project. And this is supposed to clean some sort of felting pad, the rubbery ones, but I like to use it to comb fibers. See how that just combs if I need to comb something out, and this can be used to clean your felting pads as well. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos from Spirit Animals Art.